Leave it to the Japanese to throw something at us that's just really fucking out there, with a crazy ass name to boot. Beyond the Infinite 2 Minutes is brought to us by director Junta Yamagachi and stars Kazunori Tosa, Riko Fujitani, and Aki Azakura. So I had a chance to check out this crazy little movie at the Nightstream 2021 Film Festival, and the movie was actually recommended to me by fellow YouTuber Movie Emporium. So go check out his channel for some great content as well. So Beyond the Infinite 2 Minutes is a Japanese sci-fi film about a cafe owner named Kato, played by Kazunori Tosa. Through a course of events, Kato finds that the monitor in his apartment that's right above his cafe is linked somehow to the TV in his cafe. However, they're not one-to-one. There's a 2-minute delay. But it is more than just a 2-minute delay. There's actually a 2-minute difference in time. See, the one down in the cafe is 2 minutes in the past, and the one in his room is 2 minutes in the future. Now, if that's not crazy enough, when Kato and some of his friends get together and get his TV from his room, bring it downstairs to the cafe, and face the other monitor, creating a Drosty effect. By the way, the Drosty effect is that whole thing where you have like a picture and a picture and a picture and a picture, and it like keeps on going forever, and it's the same picture. Pretty much if you took two mirrors and faced them to each other, it would do this. This allows them to see even further into the future, and that's when shit gets really weird. I don't want to ruin it, but hidden money, the mafia, and world destruction all come into play here. This movie is quite the mindfuck. I mean, really, wrapping your head around the whole situation that's going on here is kind of difficult, but I will say that the filmmakers did a great job of explaining it all and making it very digestible for the viewer. It can get really confusing, but they did a really good job of just keeping it all in order so that you understand what's going on. This movie was tons of fun. I had a great time with it. I loved watching these characters just experiment in these little dumb ways with this crazy phenomenon they just figured out. The excitement that these characters show at every turn is just really relatable and just kind of infectious. This is a fairly lighthearted film. I would probably classify it as more of a sci-fi comedy than anything else. Now, the premise here is really interesting and executed very well, and the performances are all really good too, but the real star of the show is the technical prowess that's going on. The vast majority of this movie was shot on a cell phone, but it doesn't look like it was shot on a cell phone. It looks really damn good. If nothing else, this should be like kind of an advertisement for that cell phone. Not sure if it was like an iPhone or like a Samsung or what. I know Samsung's bigger over in Japan, so it may have been that. I'm not really sure. Either way, it looks really nice. The other technical marvel that's going on here is this movie is a one-shot, meaning that it is one continuous scene from the beginning all the way to the end. Now, there are hidden cuts in this movie, but you'd have to really be looking hard to see them. And even with those hidden cuts, there are extremely long periods of time that they shoot uninterrupted. That, on top of the complexity of the story and how everything works together with the monitors and talking to people that could be a few layers back and everything, is pretty fucking amazing that they actually made this shit work right. It must have been a planning nightmare to get this all right, but you know, they did it, and they did it pretty damn flawlessly. The only thing that really stood out to me about the whole thing is that the monitor that he has in his apartment above the cafe apparently has the longest fucking cord on Earth. Sure, cords that long do exist, but I don't really know why anybody would have one that long in their apartment. It may seem like a nitpick, and it kinda is, but when you see the movie, tell me you didn't think about that. That one little nitpick aside though, everything else here technically is flawless, and the one-shot nature of the film really added to the energy and excitement of it all. It's like it never stopped, because, well, it kinda didn't, but you know what I mean. It just kept going, and it was just this really great feeling from beginning to end. This movie was one of those situations to where all of its parts were so good and just came together to make something great. Guys, there's not much more I could say about Beyond the Infinite 2 Minutes without spoiling something. Let me just say that this movie is absolutely worth checking out. I had a great time with it. I kinda loved this little movie. Everything here just worked, except for that chord. It had a great premise, great performances and characters, excellent execution, and just an infectiously fun tone throughout. This is a fantastic film, and it is absolutely worth a buy.
Do it! Do it!
Show me the money!
Do it!
You motherfucker!
So,
Show me the money!
do it!
Now, while I loved this little movie, and I absolutely stand by my rating, I will say I don't know if this is a movie that you're gonna want to watch more than once. And in the past, I have said that one of the main determining factors between worth a rent and worth a buy on my rating scale is its rewatchability. If a movie's one that you're probably only gonna watch once, then I typically say it's worth a rent, not a buy. But this movie was so damn good that regardless of how many times you do or don't want to watch it, I had to bump it up to worth a buy. It was honestly this close to being a unicorn. I mean, this movie is really damn good. I really enjoyed it. So if you're looking for just a fantastically fun, timey-wimey mindfuck of a movie one night that still keeps things in perspective that you can understand, then check out Beyond the Infinite 2 Minutes, and I think you're gonna have a wonderful time with it. So there it is, guys, my review of Beyond the Infinite 2 Minutes. It's a mouthful. If you enjoyed and want more content like this, hit that subscribe button and help my little channel grow. If you want to help out the channel, check out my Patreon in the description below and become a jarhead and get some of the awesome benefits that go along with that, like these guys. And possibly join my top tier and become a bad motherfucker like my man Greg. If you liked what I had to say, give me a like. If not, let me know in the comments below why. And as always, stay sexy, Tokyo. So there's a part early in the film when the future versions of these people kind of play a prank on the past version. I don't want to say exactly what it is, but they show them something that leads them to believe something really terrible, and it just really freaks them all out for a minute. And I was thinking, damn, that's kind of fucked up. I mean, it was funny, admittedly, but shit, that's kind of fucked up given the circumstances. That's like some shit that my friends would do in a situation like this. Fucking assholes.